With hundreds of museums to explore, Los Angeles really is the ideal home for the 2025 AAM Annual Meeting. Now, the conference's experiential workshop series is offering attendees a sneak peek behind the scenes of some of those selected museums. And today, we are joining the workshops for LA's Autry Museum of the American West and MOCA. Let's dive in. Lelania, tell me about what people experience when they visit the Autry.
Sure. So the Autry Museum is a museum of the history of the American West. We're about telling all the stories of all the people of the American West, both the past and the present.
And now this is a huge turnout that we have here today for a private tour of the Resource Center. What are some of the takeaways? What are they going to gain from this experience?
Well, it's definitely highlighting the way that we care for the collection, specifically related to our Native American collections. About 70% of our collection represents the majority of the tribes in the U.S., but also just the rest of the collection, the paintings, saddles, library collection are all stored here as well.
Indeed. Now, you decided to partner up with AAM. Tell me why.
The best nationwide museum organization. So the Autry was really thrilled, and we also wanted to show our museum colleagues what we do here.
Well, there's a big crowd waiting, so why don't we get to it? Let's see.
Sounds good.
Tell me about the restoration process, what's done here, and specifically about this item.
Yeah, so this collection is actually in really incredible shape. In general, our treatments here on textiles, we focus on structural stabilization. So we have conservation and restoration, and we tend towards conservation to make sure that our collections are safe and stable for future generations.
What is the backstory on this wonderful piece?
So this collection was donated by Linda K. Mazur. It was a gift, and she was actually the daughter of the wearer. Walter Schuster was the son of Jewish immigrants. He was an active service member from 1944 to 1946. And this set of uniforms is actually his undress uniforms. Textiles are something that we all interact with in our day-to-day life. That's what really drew me to textile conservation. And, you know, we all have things that are special to us that are textiles. I think it makes this gift really special.
Incredible artwork in this room. Tell us where we are and about the artist behind you.
Yeah, so here we are in our painting storage, and this artist, it's Harry Fonseca. He's a native contemporary artist. Unfortunately, he's deceased now, and so we acquired his estate in 2016. We have 1,035 objects from him. We not only have paintings, we also have drawings. We have his easels, we have brushes, so it's a very great collection where you can really see his thought process and how he evolved in his art. It's an amazing collection.
So this is where all the gems are stored for the museums to transport.
Yes, so part of our gems. This is where the paintings and drawings are. But you know, our collection is very vast. So we also have textile, we have a textile storage, we have some saddle. Our saddle storage is also very unique and amazing. That's where our beautiful paintings are.
Tell me more about the saddle storage. What can people learn from it, and what does it represent?
So our saddle storage, it's been designed especially for us. We have some native saddles, so we have a collection of Western saddles that is very vast and can really be shown in all type of exhibition to really bring different type of meanings and different type of narratives.
So much amazing stuff here at the Autry, but the fun's not over yet. We're now going to pop on over to MOCA for a private tour of their latest exhibit. Thank you so much for this private tour. This is absolutely breathtaking. What did you want attendees, many of the members AAM, to take away from this?
My hidden goal was, because this is an experiential workshop, for them to kind of forget for a minute that they are actually museum professionals and to just kind of enjoy and feel really immersed in the exhibition.
Well, I certainly felt that way. Now tell me about the installation here, and it actually has a bigger impact for the building itself and even the city, right?
Yeah, this installation is kind of transformative of this building, which is a converted warehouse, a converted police garage. And so the artist Olafur Eliasson actually made work that interacts with the building and gets you to think about the building and the space of the building in different ways. It really grounds you in your body and gets you in touch with what you're sensorially experiencing in the building. And then I would say for LA, one of the interesting things that one of the attendees told me is, he said, oh, it feels a little like a film set. And I think sometimes when artists, particularly who come from other countries or from other cities, work in this building, their eye is a little bit on Hollywood.
What you've learned here today, or what you saw, what you felt, how will that impact what you do when you go back home?
It's a good question. I mean, I feel like as an exhibit designer, I guess I'm always looking at the way that the work has been installed. And I think this artist in particular, one thing that he likes to play with is like the moment of reveal where you get to kind of peek behind the curtain, and he's not afraid to show that off. And I think often in design we try to hide how the exhibit is made, but sometimes it's also really kind of valuable to show people how it came together.
We are opening a contemporary art museum in a small town of 950 people in Tennessee, very rural, very poor, and we want to bring contemporary art to people that don't have access to it. And this exhibition, being able to go behind the scenes, talk to the curator, as well as, install and how things work, was very influential to me as executive director to see how this works.
Now, when you work with other members, other museum professionals, does that impact you creatively, or is it just a good partnership to just stay in tune with what's popular, what's trending, what's important, what makes people feel like this installation?
I mean, it's always really good to connect with colleagues, just to share strategies and to share ideas. And particularly right now in this moment where museums are a little bit under threat, it's really important to have moments where you can really gather and come back to what it is that museums really do that is so important for humanity. Different museums do different things, right? And but they're all about kind of sharing a different perspective with people. It might connect them to optimism about the future, thinking, well, if prior generations did this, we can do this. I think that museums right now, particularly art museums, have a special role to play almost as second responders in kind of difficult situations, because they really can connect you back to the very thing that makes you human.
It has been an action-packed day so far, and the fun is only getting started. Now, we can't wait to head over to the convention center, get on site, and meet even more museum professionals. We'll see you there.